Can a washed gamer come out of retirement and become an esports pro at a brand new game? Welcome back to Esports History, where I spent the next 100 days trying to become the next Faker and climbing my way back up the leaderboards. We've traded our guns for swords, cranked up the difficulty with a brand new hardcore mode, and set out to complete all 31 achievements, and finally 100% the game. It will be higher stakes, dumber mistakes. Look at this guy, he looks like a little legend. Okay, what am I doing? And somehow, even more chaos. Oh my god. And if you somehow haven't seen the first 100 days, don't worry, you can enjoy this journey without missing a thing. Once again, I had a dream of being cheered on by thousands of esports fans, basking in glory and soaking up that main character energy. Then I woke up, back in this dump, looking like I spent all night begging for e-girl affection in Discord servers, just to feel something. Anyway, my emotional support buddy Max gave me a call. I missed you, King. He reminded me the new PC club had officially opened its doors, and obviously, I couldn't resist. I arrived, overwhelmed with nostalgic joy. Hello, my friend. That lasted about 3 seconds. $4 an hour, but first you need to wash your hands. This keyboard costs more than your jacket. Just so rude. I asked about the VIP room, and instead of answers, I got roasted again. You, the VIP room, let me make this clear, kid. Kids like yourself belong in a sandbox, so you stay away from the big boys in a VIP room. Why is every game I play, everyone's just mean to me? Every time, I'm such a victim. I'm a victim. I am a victim indeed, but I also have a crippling gaming addiction, so I'm still going to hand over every last dollar I have just to sit in a cybercafe and waste my life away. I had 2 games to choose from, Shake or Battle on Craft. Since I plan on becoming a MOBA god in the next 100 days, I went with Battle on Craft, a game all about strategy. The main goal is to create as many units as possible to destroy the enemy's base. Sounds easy, but you also have a base that needs to be defended. Max wanted me to beat the solo campaign, and then face me in a 1v1. I must warn you though, once you start Battle on Craft, your life will never be the same. Max is a nerd. Good thing I'm not. Oh Tricky, you sweet deluded creature. You have no idea how painfully unaware you are of your own assistance. Anyway, Battle on Craft has 3 ability trees. Micro-control makes your attack stronger, and lets you command an army more effectively. Economy basically means more money and more resources. And tactics increases your defense. Game changing stuff. I played a bit of the campaign, racked up a jaw-dropping 3 XP per stat, and then genius struck. I already have a 200 IQ plan, right? We don't need tactics, we don't need micro-control, we just need money and we pay to win. We buy the most expensive setup, we buy the most expensive coach, we pay to win, we win. Easy. With my first objective locked in, I passed out, dreaming of faker montages, faster fingers, and a better life. I woke up to my alarm clock. It was my first day back at school, and I looked absolutely thrilled to be here. Back home, I was reminded that school is not fun. I can monitor my stress here, and I need to keep my mental strong, otherwise my training efficiency suffers. Anyway, my trap line was once again ringing. Wait, what? Rust is actually coming to mobile. No, I need to see this for myself. That's right folks, the chaos simulator we all know and fear, Rust, is officially making the jump to mobile. And guess what? They have just dropped a brand new trailer for us to check out. And no, it's not a bootleg, this is the real thing. A fully licensed, first-person sandbox mobile version, powered by the official Rust game IP. From the comfort of your couch, bed, toilet, I'm not judging, you can now drop into a hostile wasteland and try to survive a map that generally hates you. We're talking diverse terrains packed with aggressive wildlife, unpredictable weather, and abandoned facilities that haven't been touched since the 70s. Everything on this island wants you dead. But survival isn't just about avoiding death. You have to manage hunger, thirst, and temperature, because that's just survival 101. And if you're not constantly moving, thinking, and scavenging, you'll become loot for someone else. You'll be chopping wood, melting metal, and gluing together makeshift weapons. And yes, the building system is here too. You can flex your base building skill or hide from the madness. You can team up with friends, form clans, and maybe avoid getting betrayed 5 minutes in. And when your base is set and your stash is safe, it's time to go hunting. Rust Mobile comes fully loaded with a range of weapons, from rock swinging peasantry to full-grown military grade carnage. You've got guns, melee weapons, and explosives. What more do you want? And if you really want to gain an advantage, there are vehicles. Hop into a boat and tear through the coast. Grab a chopper to transport your scrap, or even jump in a car and run away. Mobility matters, especially when you're trying to dodge bullets, ambush enemies, and just escape with your loot. And this goes beyond early hype. The game has officially been reviewed and pre-registration is open right now, so you'll have a new survival game in your hands soon. They're also showing off even more at Gamescom this August. Head over to the official X profile and check out Rust Mobile's new trailer for yourself. Links are in the description and pinned comment. Right, that's enough of that. Let's see what Max wants. He wanted to game at the PC club, but I'm a broke boy with no money. Maybe, if you weren't such a DJ and gamer, woke up at 4 AM, iced your face with bottled water, got a 401k, you wouldn't be cleaning dishes for your uncle for only $3 an hour, would you? Anyway, with $9 earned, I headed straight to the PC club to spend it all on gaming. $1 to spare, let's go. I played a few hours of campaign and then headed back home, where I was reminded that things I don't enjoy causes stress. Well, there we go, folks. If you want to be a competitive gamer, it's not fun. It's just depression, stress, missed opportunities, the feeling of not being good enough, even though you try your hardest and you just want to impress the people around you. So you just install hacks and then you get caught and then you get called a cheater and now everyone hates you and now you're unemployed and working at McDonald's. I may have some personal issues I need to resolve, but until then, I'll settle for my game console. That de-stresses me at a whopping rate of -3 per hour. Another day, another interesting lesson. What a stressful life. Oh, you will be my bane of existence. I then cleaned some dishes for Uncle Tony, earning $21, before heading back to my bedroom and chilling. On day 104, I spent my hard-earned money the only way I knew how, on more game time at the PC club. I completed the Battle and Craft campaign, and then Max taught me how to PvP. You play humans, I play Hawk. This is the base, your main building. Here you gather resources here. Here. Gold is required to hire units, and the wood is used for construction. To put it simply, defend your base or you lose. You hired your first unit. Nice job. Once you reach the maximum number of units, your squad will attack. Sure enough, my units were ready to attack. They marched in confident and proud, ignoring the orcs chewing on their faces and setting the enemy base on fire like true anarchy. And within seconds, it burned down. I won. I'm just a gamer, I don't know what to tell you. Max asked if we should play again, but apparently, I have an ego now. The rematch went the same way. I ignored these troops, set his base on fire, and from that point, the win was guaranteed. Fight your enemies? Nah. Destroy the base? Yeah. My ego was fed for a bit, before Max casually mentioned a tournament starting in 6 days. To qualify, I have to beat the cashier, and yes, it's the guy who sits in his chair all day gaming for free. This won't be easy. I also got my first skill point. The names are incorrect, but basically, reflex is microcontrol, intellect is economy, and improvisation is tactics. I put 1 skill point in microcontrol, because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to MOBA games. For the talent tree, I looked at microcontrol, I looked at economy, I looked at tactics, and then I got overwhelmed. With the other mode I do, because I've played CSGO, I've played Valorant. I know you just have to aim, mate. You can out-aim everyone, but this game, what? I don't know what I'm doing. I ended up picking Heritage for that sweet extra 10 gold at the start of the round. I had a quick look at my checklist, defeat the cashier, practice in a VIP room, kept the training neutral, and game till I ran out of time. What a productive day. The next day consisted of school, work, and finding my happy place. It's Saturday, and what better way to start the weekend than cleaning dishes like a true esports prodigy. I then headed to the PC club to sign up for the tournament. There's no place for noobs in that tournament. It's just a bit rude, ain't it? Anyway, to sign up for the tournament, I need to beat the cashier and pay him $10 for the privilege. If you fail to win the first competition, you will lose the game. On that stressful note, I dropped $20 on game time and sat next to Max, who might secretly live here. I am so screwed. I spent most of Sunday working and ended it with some R&R. What a relaxing weekend. It was time to challenge the cashier, mainly because my stats are better than his. The game hit me with a new power leveling system. Barracks gave me an extra 2 troops, Armory an extra 0.4 damage, and Tower gives an extra 2 defense. I chose Barracks. Now I have more troops to send to slaughter. My army marched in like caffeinated gremlins, lit their base on fire, and just like that, easy win. Yay, fist pump Max. What? You? Seriously? I underestimated you. Well, a deal's a deal. I'll sign you up for the tournament. Also, since you're now a member of the tournament, I give you permission to go in a VIP room. The tournament starts in 2 days, at 4 PM. I also leveled up again. I dropped my second skill point into economy because it has a gold bar, and I want to pay to win. For the talent tree, I decided to continue investing in a coin. I ended the day with some VIP training, gaming, and sleep. A perfect trifecta. I was feeling good. My stress levels were under control. Stress? What stress? And then I got hit with this. I was just posting about how I'm not stressed and you hit me with that. What is that timing? Why do I open my mouth? Anyway, I cleaned some dishes, squeezed in some last minute VIP training to finish a goal, and leveled up again. I put my third skill point into tactics because I like balance. For the talent tree, I kept investing in a coin. It's tournament day. Our first opponent is Aight. Stat-wise, I completely outmatched him. The first match went exactly like you would expect. I built my base, ignored everything, and let my units burn at enemies alive. And once the base is on fire, that's it. It can't be put out, even if there are multiple water sources nearby. Easy win. I guess I won. Don't know, it just ended. Celto check was beaten easily, and just like that, I was in the final, which ended just as quickly. I don't know what to tell you. These little demons love setting stuff on fire. They have passion. And we won. But that was easy. Achievement. Finish the first act in hardcore mode. Let's go. 2 years flew by. I moved out my mum's house and was about to start college. She was proud, but am I happy? Do I want to get a degree, or do I want to go all in and chase the esports dream? She made her opinion very clear. If you want a good life where you want for nothing, you'll need a good profession. Your father and I are going to pay half of your rent, but the rest is on you. You have a chance to look for a job yet? I've just arrived, okay? Stop pressuring me. And on that note, I'm hanging up the phone, asking stupid questions like that. I'm a grinder. Adult life was truly here, as I woke up to a lovely letter from my landlord. If you don't have the money to pay your rent, you're out of here like a cork out of a bottle. Your payment is due every 7 days. Next payment, $15. For the first time, I was free to do whatever I wanted. And apparently, what I really wanted to do is check out the PC club and sniff some flowers. The new club was run by another greasy individual. I wonder if he's nice. I bought an hour of game time and jumped into the newest MOBA sensation, Space and Craft. I was hooked instantly. Played through the campaign 5 times. Also, they added vending machines. It contains snacks that increase energy and decrease stress. For those prices, I'd rather suffer. I'm so broke I have to walk home. Oh, I found $5 walking home. Let's go. The grind officially starts tomorrow. It's my first day of college, and I was absolutely thrilled to be here. It was also time to get a real job, one that doesn't involve scrubbing dishes for family members. I made some pizzas and earning a massive $15 for 5 hours of intense labour. All that back-breaking pizza making left me drained, reducing my training efficiency by 15%. Good thing sleep assists. Day 113 started with another glorious lesson, because I need this achievement, and also because I'd rather not get disowned by my parents again. The city also finally opened up, and with it came a fresh batch of soul-crushing job opportunities. First stop, the warehouse. It pays $6 an hour, while only gaining free stress. Shame you can only work during certain hours. Next up, the post office. It's the coziest job, paying $3 an hour, while only getting 2 stress. The worst part, I have to wake up before noon. And finally, the computer store, which, ironically, sells everything except actual computers. Also, I decided to hold off on the campaign. I want to spend the next week stacking cash, power leveling, and becoming the final boss of my opponents, dominating them so hard they'll never load up another game again due to PTSD. 200 IQ move, right? Project Faker had officially begun. The next few days were a beautiful blur of adulting misery. I was flipping pizzas, getting caught in the rain, dragging myself to more lessons, and waking up at 5 AM to deliver mail for $3 an hour. Somehow, I was keeping it all together, managing my stress levels, staying hydrated, and even paying my bills on time like a responsible adult, with a slight gaming addiction. And what was my reward for being a model citizen? Blackmail. Remember me? I found another family to take your place. And my suggestion is, either you pay me more money, or I kick you out of here. And yes, you have to pay me rent until 15, or I evict you. Next payment is $20. I'm so glad I paid my rent on time. After school, I returned to Space and Craft, and finally beat the campaign, unlocking 3 new objectives. Practice PvP, defeat the cashier, practice in a VIP room. I spent some time PvPing, asserting my dominance before getting challenged. Hey, you're playing pretty well for someone who's just completed a campaign. I'm Lenny, the manager of the club. You're actually being so nice to me. I'm TrickyyDF. Thanks for the compliment. You've been watching me? Of course he's been watching me. Just look at him. I asked about any upcoming tournaments, and bro instantly switched up. Slow down, kid. You're good, but you can't compete with the regulars yet. I'm getting deja vu. We do indeed hold tournaments, but I'm not signing you up. I don't want to spoil it for everyone else. I'm having deja vu. Let's bet on it. $10. If you win, you make some easy money. But if you lose, you sign me up for the tournament. The money is yours either way. I like you. Let's do this. I checked these stats, and yeah, no thanks. I may be addicted to gaming, but I'm not addicted to losing. Besides, the tournament doesn't even start for another 9 days. I've got time to train. The next couple days settled into a familiar pattern of school, work, sleep, and trying to wrap my head around a jungle strategy. At least I think that's what people do in MOBA games. Friday rolled around, and with the tournament now a week away, I decided it was time to challenge the cashier. I handed over 10 of my hard-earned dollars, and then my brain immediately melted. As a bunch of text, info, and stats appeared on the screen. First up, we have the Swarms race. They're discussing alien-looking creeps that start in packs of 9, each one with 2.5 attack, 7 HP, and a bonus attack and travel speed for extra violence. Ignore them, and you will get touched. Then came the Romans, classic gritty soldiers with guns and decent armor. You only get 4 to start, but they pack 5 attack, with 18 HP. No added bonus for these fellas though, just guns and pure vibes. Lastly, we have, can we just call these the hippies? No we can't. Lastly we have the Apaises. Apaises? I don't know. I've definitely butchered that. What I do know is, they're tanks. You get 3, but they deal a solid 5 damage, have 18 HP, plus 10 defense and energy shields. I chose Apaises, because I'm no longer a glass cannon tryhard. I am a strong independent man, who wants more troops. Despite it being a new game, with a new map, and new races, the outcome was the same. I rush, set their base on fire, and won in 22 seconds. That game-changing experience leveled me up. I dumped my skill point into economy, and maxed out my gold coin talent tree. I now start every round with 50 gold. It's Saturday, which, of course, means I'm up at 5 AM delivering newspapers like a responsible, self-loathing adult. I headed straight to the local sweatbox, the PC club, and guess who was waiting for me? Glasses guy. I lost my watch, can you find it? Sure. Thank you for agreeing to help. I could have spent the next 5 minutes chatting with every NPC in here, or I could go straight to the VIP room and get a watch from the vending machine. Oh, what's that? It looks like a wristwatch. I handed over the watch, please stop losing it. In exchange, I got a discount at a computer store his sister works at. Anyway, for the low price of $18, I can complete the VIP training objective, gaining me 3 additional levels. Let's go intellect one more time. Oh. Actually, we can go intellect, reflexes, and improv. For the talent tree, we should get this, because all my troops do is hit enemy buildings. This might be clutch. Let's max that out. I don't know if that's going to be worth it. I then headed over to this fella standing next to the vending machine. Hey, what are you up to? I run underground tournaments. The fee is $10. The winner takes 30. What's the catch? The first time, no one knows how strong the enemy will be. I've never participated in this tournament before, mainly because I was scared to lose what little money I had. But now I'm rich and stupid. I went with the same race, same power leveling option, and apparently, the same strategy. I promise things will change as we progress. The tournament was only 1 match, and I got $30 and an easy money achievement. It's another beautiful day of waking up at the crack of dawn to deliver newspapers for 8 hours, all to make less than what I earned yesterday torching the enemy's base. And that's why gambling's great, sometimes. After work, I headed to the game shop to grab my discounted item, and like always, I got verbally abused again. Hi, I'm the guy who helped that kid find his watch. He told me you're his sister. You've got a hero complex. My little whiny brother begged me to give you a discount. All I can offer you for cheap is my old console. Like a true victim, I smiled, gave her money, bought an old console for $15, and said thank you for your kind words. The new console decreases my stress by an extra 1 per hour, totaling 4 per hour. Now I can grind longer and cry less. Before I knew it, it was tournament day, and I was up against Pezzo. Statistically, I was better. I went with the same race and same strategy. Like loyal hooligans, my troops ran headfirst into danger, setting everything on fire without a care in the world. Man, they got guns. Ooh. But their building's on fire. I just need to hold on defense, to be honest. The rest of the match was cagey. I was struggling to gain space, but eventually, the fire did its job and I won my first game of the tournament. You wouldn't be able to tell though, because there's still no victory screen. I crushed my next opponent Moth Jude and made it to the finals, against a sister, whose stats were juiced. What is this? How am I meant to win? Unsurprisingly, I got rolled in just over a minute. With a healthy amount of copium, I tried again and again. 3 losses later, it was time to pack it up and put the fries in a bag. I was mentally defeated. Even the best of us lose. Chin up, give yourself more time to practice. Because you lost, you got stress, which can only be relieved by winning a competition. Trust me, you don't want the stress scale to fill up. The cashier didn't help, as he hit me with a backhanded compliment. You weren't as awful as I thought you was. Cheers mate, exactly what I needed after receiving backshots for the last 10 minutes. I'll sign you up for the next tournament. But bear in mind that this is your last chance. I need to lock in and grind. Lock in and grind is what I did. I spent the next few days de-stressing, delivering Shake Weight subscriptions, and becoming one with the body and mind. All while PvP and noobs in Space and Craft, making sure I have enough money to pay rent, keeping my mother happy because I crave her approval, and making pizzas, so I can afford to live. Oh, and I also got blackmailed again. I now have to pay $30. Listen, I am starting to struggle here. If I don't win this tournament that's tomorrow, the game will be over. It'll be gone. Restarted. I'll have to do this all again. It's okay, little guy. You love giving your hard-earned money away. It's tournament day. Our first opponent? Blitzy. I must have woken up on the wrong side of the bed. Or maybe my Valorant E-kitten cheated on me, because I started running just seconds into the game. But just go through the middle while they're still building their troops, man. What is this strategy? Look. Now they're built. Oh. You take the longest way around. Let them... Look. And you're just fighting in the area where they can just respawn. 0 IQ. Let me take control. And look, why they're fighting, you're just staying there letting them recuperate. What is going on? This makes no sense. Once my second barracks got built, it was over. My troops multiplied, and I had a budget SWAT team. They gunned down innocent aliens who were just trying to provide for their families that they'll never see again because they got skill diffs. F in the chat. Anyway, I beat my next 2 opponents Splitsy and Hisk with ease, and now it was time to get my revenge on Moth Druid. I stuck to my usual strategy of more guns and more disposable soldiers. I caught Moth Druid off guard and managed to get a few hits in. Slowly but surely, the tiny flame blossomed, and then I was back to yapping. By the way, tell me what this game mode's based off. I know the FPS side is based off Quake now. But what's this? I think it's StarCraft? I've never played StarCraft. Like, thinking games are not for me. I don't have the brain capacity to think and, strategize. No, you're dumb for that. Like a chess game between 2 masters, this game was being drawn out, and I got my 3rd power leveling upgrade for the first time. But that didn't even matter. The enemy base just self-imploded. I won, and picked up an achievement I wasn't expecting. Beat the Wraith in hardcore mode. Was that Wraith? That wasn't Wraith. 6 months in, and the devs still haven't fixed this game. The qualifiers are over, and a real tournament is coming. By the way, I love your playstyle, TrickyyDF. I didn't expect to see another talented player here. Then again, I remember saying the same thing about Wraith. Who's Wraith? The best player in town. I bet he'll be in the finals. I like to see you two play against each other. No offense, but I put my money on Wraith. Wait, I am so confused. I just got achievement for beating Wraith, but now I have to actually beat Wraith. I just beat Wraith. But I didn't beat Wraith really because I was a random person I got the achievement for. You can almost hear my tiny brain exploding. Anyway, I tossed my upgrade point into economy and boosted my gold coin drop rate from enemies to 33%. Back home, Max called me. Hey, talk to me, how's it going? I told Max about my recent success in esports tournaments, but more than anything, I needed to talk about something else. Imposter syndrome. I couldn't shake this guilt of playing video games all day, knowing my parents wouldn't approve. Max, being the absolute W of a friend, hit me with a few words. We don't know what the future holds. No one does. Your parents sure don't. What if pro gamers become stars? Like the music people or actors? It's simple. It's your call whether you step into the unknown or not. But if you do, I believe you'll do great. We all need friends like Max, and you can be my Max by leaving a like and subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. It helps more than you know. Anyway, bedtime. The next couple of days flew by, and before I knew it, it was tournament day again. I only managed to squeeze in 2 practice sessions, but hey, we move. First opponent of the bracket? Tavori. I went full Roman again, and my little psychopaths did what they do best. Set everything on fire. Oh, let's go. We started off strong. That should be GG's. I breezed through the first match in under a minute. Let's go. And somehow managed to beat Splitsy in less time. Let's go. Attack that. Attack that. Oh, we are so back. Let's go. I just got him. Time in tournament. 0 mins. If you're losing within 15 seconds, it really is time to pack it up and put the fries in a bag. Anyway, 1 day passed, and I was in a final against my rival Wraith, which you wouldn't know anything about, because it's bugged. Stats wise, I was completely outclassed, but I've got heart. 10 seconds in, and I was already rattling Wraith. What are you? You half ruined my base. But you still lose. You have a brain the size of a nut. By the 30-second mark, her head was officially gone. All that talking, just to lose in under a minute. Anyway, I was now the big fish in a small town, or as Wraith would call it, a province. What is that? Is that an American term? Apparently, it's not. Wraith told me to go to Bridgetown, home of flashy PC clubs, sweaty players, and someone called Dante. He's the best player in Bridgetown, and a complete jerk. I got to play with him once. I really wanted to wipe that smirk off his face, but I failed. He's a great player, I give him that. He plays on a whole different level to you and me. To sum up the rest, Dante beat Wraith and hurt her feelings being rude. Imagine doing that. If you manage to cut Dante down to size, I want a detailed story about how his smug face just dropped. Fine Wraith, I will get revenge for you, you absolute bot. Back home, I deliberated. My next stop is Bridgetown. I think I've made up my mind. I want to be a pro gamer. I'm gonna have a tough conversation with my mum. I told her straight, listen here mate, they call me the GOAT of the streets. I'm going to be the next faker. But to do that, I need to drop everything and keep competing in these tournaments with 0 cash prize. She looked baffled. What do you mean pro gamer? What are you going to do about school? I'll take a year out. It's not exactly a steady job. How are you going to make a living? I just don't understand how it works. After a few creative answers, and maybe a couple of white lies, she was convinced. We said our goodbyes. I love you too, honey. I got an achievement for not missing a single lesson, and hopped on the first train to Bridgetown. arrived at this dump, owned by someone who looks like they spend all day looking after their cats. Good lord, peeling wallpaper, crumbling plaster cracks. Is this place even safe? Clearly I wasn't impressed, but for $20 a week, I can't really complain. Great, make yourself at home, but not too much, but it's not yours. Cheers. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad I left my comfy life. I did ask the landlord about job opportunities in the area, but she's already had enough of me. What a friendly landlord. I checked out what little of the apartment I could, and on the floor, I found a card. Hillzone PC Club. Let's go. What's this? A PC Club brochure? I should stop by and test the waters. Can't wait to get eaten alive by bedbugs in this crusty mattress. I woke up and dragged my unhealthy gamer bones to the PC Club. It was run by my favourite cashier. Look at him. Just pure vibes. I asked about Dante. He said no. I asked about tournaments. He said no. Cheers, mate. Super helpful. But the players arrange competitions themselves. There's this half pint that skulks around here. He has some kind of hustle. I then introduced myself to this fella. GCA info sign above my head. Typical Gen Z. He wouldn't let me join any upcoming tournaments. So naturally, I tried rage baiting him. Is that because you're afraid to lose? You're a funny guy. How about Battle on Craft 2? I thought everyone was playing Space and Craft these days. Man, you're a dinosaur. I envy you. So, I wish I could play Battle on Craft 2 for the first time again. Complete the campaign, then we see what you're worth. Just like that, we have to play through the campaign again. But we also leveled up. I continued to increase my intellect and the ability to extract coins from fallen enemies. With a campaign ready to be beaten, I spent all my money on game time. It's $5 an hour now, so inflation is very real. I didn't finish the campaign, but apparently, I played enough to glaze it. Both Battle on Craft and Space of Craft are masterpieces from Bridgetown, but Battlecraft 2 is a whole new level. This game will conquer the world. Back home, the old hag actually came through and hooked me up with a list of job openings. Yes, don't forget to pay your rent on time. I never thought I'd be grateful to this lady for anything. First we had construction work. It paid a whopping $7 an hour with stress levels to match it. The only downside is I can only work during specific times. Next, we had good old McDonald's. That's $3 an hour and 6 stress. That's a bump. Well, if you want to work in McDonald's, you're going to be stressed because it doesn't pay well. I went to check out the PC Club job, only to get robbed for $7, despite not having any money. Now I'm in the negative. Make it make sense. My brain was that fried, I forgot to ask about any open jobs. That Simpson meme? Yeah, that was me. Good job, Helmet. It's only day 3 in Bridgetown, and I'm already down bad, having to walk everywhere. I managed to pick up a janitor gig, sweeping floors for $4 an hour. I'm moving up in the world. The rest of the night was spent putting the fries in a bag. Somehow, I even managed to mess that up. And I got fined. Mistake in the kitchen. You ruined a customer's dish and got a well-deserved warning and fine. Minus $5. It's my first day. How can I make a mistake? I'm literally just frying. I'm just frying chips, fries. What? How'd you mess that up? I need a better job. Most of Wednesday was spent walking between my house and a construction site. Because of this. Why is that not working? Oh, the only non-working days are Wednesday and Sunday. I thought the working days were Wednesday and Sunday. Maybe I do belong here. On day 142, I actually managed to do some construction work. Look at me, a strong, independent man who got robbed again. What is happening? Stop giving away your money. I was pretty angry at this point, so I spent all of Friday de-stressing. I tried working on Saturday, but apparently I have too much money. So naturally, I blew it all at Bailey's Game Store, picking up a 32-bit game console for $50 that de-stresses at -5 per hour. I also grabbed a music player for funsies. The rest of the day was spent labouring, trying to make up for my stupid spending spree. I even got shouted at for my troubles. I headed to the PC Club to mop some floors and make a bit of extra cash, but Admin Rocker had other plans. Oli Coburn, what is that treasure you holding? A portable Sony Walkplay cassette player made from the transparent plastic. Bro, you really have no idea how bad I want this thing. It's like a sat copy of my first player my parents gave me. How much do you want for it? I'm a nice guy, so I sold it to him for a modest price, earning me another achievement and making someone else very happy. Too bad I'm not happy in life. At least I'll always have video games to comfort me. It's the start of a new week, which means rent is due. I mopped floors for a bit because you can never have too much money, then wrapped up the Battle on Craft 2 campaign. I told Villius the good news. I completed the campaign. He was ecstatic. So what about the tournament? Alright, let's make a deal. I have to deliver a video to my homie. He works in a video game store. Get this tape to him, tell him I sent you. And I'll see about getting you in a tournament. I then asked about Dante, but I was laughed at, told I need to prove myself as a serious player, and to be a good boy and deliver the tape. Like a true beta, I headed straight to Bailey's Game Store, because I yearned to compete. I handed over the tape, and somehow ended up watching it with him. Did someone say stranger danger? Oh, look at this guy, he looks like a little legend. Okay. What am I doing? On this mysterious tape was CT, a legendary player playing Battle on Craft 2, except it was me playing, and this was a tutorial. Just like certain MOBA games, Battle on Craft 2 has a jungle area, where you can farm monsters for gold and artifacts. Artifacts give bonuses like increased damage, crit chance, and defense. Also, you can only have 6 equipped at a time. There's also a teleport scroll that looks like this. It has a 40-second cooldown and lets you instantly return to base if it's under attack, or if you're losing a fight. After collecting enough resources, I could expand my base. So, get +2 food limit, and you need 40 gold and 20 wood. It looks like we have 112 wood, 386 gold, 4 out of 8 food. For those confused, food equals troop limit. You want more troops? You need more food. And our food's gone to 7 out of 10 now. Oh, I've got key binds at the bottom here. Oh no. I am cooked. I farmed some of these gremlins and got enough resources for my second expansion. I'm assuming it wants me to build a sawmill. I get +1 wood per second, +20 build speed. I need 30 gold. I then got confused and built another sawmill, making it my third and final expansion, as the limit is 3 workshops per base. I then made my way to the bottom left corner of the map, which was guarded by some very scary monsters. TT attacks a tough spot to use it for a building, a new base. The spots for base construction are at the edges of the map. For future reference, he meant the gold circles. Anyway, I went full colonizer, wiping out these powerful monsters, claiming their land, and setting up my second base. I kept building sawmills for no apparent reason, and when my base was attacked, I teleported back to defend it. I think I won the battle. I was too slow to react and completely missed it. Eventually, it was time to expand again. I checked out the tower building, which provides base defense. I've always been a send it type of player, so I ignored it and chose more troops instead. I also captured my third base, which is extremely rare, since there are only 4 in total. At this point, I realised maybe 3 sawmills was overkill. After 10 minutes of faffing about, I finally found an enemy base. I wiped out their outer buildings and finished off the main base for the win. It left the enemy no chance. That's how professionals play. Cool, wish I can learn to play like this. This was 15 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I returned to the PC club to tell Phileas the good news. Is the package delivered? Yep. With the package delivered, I'd officially secured my spot in the next tournament. Anyway, I've got 3 days to sharpen my Battle on Craft 2 skills. It's time to lock in. After yesterday's shenanigans, I'd leveled up. I continued to invest into the economy while building better mines for more gold. I'm slowly becoming that pay to win final boss. After spending the next couple of days scrimming, trucking dirt, and mopping floors, it was tournament day, my first ever one in Battle on Craft 2. I grabbed the only free computer and sat down. My first opponent? Hellcat. There were 3 options to choose from. In this mode, you have full control, including the construction of buildings and control of all units, suitable for only experienced real-time strategy players. In this mode, you control the construction of buildings and the AI controls everything else. This mode reflects the classic Esports History gameplay. In this mode, all actions are controlled by AI. I ended up picking semi-auto. I've played Age of Empires before, and I suck at it. Game mode selection. Do I want to be aggressive? Do I want to be balanced? Do I want to be defensive? I think I want to be balanced. And of course I went with humans, because who actually wants to be a stinky orc? The match began, and my hero just stood there for the first couple of minutes, twiddling his thumbs, and I guess waiting for backup. Once the Mandem arrived, we headed into the forest to slay some wolves. I built my first barracks for that sweet +1 damage. I shortly after followed it up with a workshop to earn extra gold per second. My pay to win plan had started. I found an enemy base early on, and immediately ran away when I got contested. Eventually, I discovered some land ready to be taken. After some lovely words, I started building my second base. For the expansion, I built a workshop, barracks, and farm. I ambushed the enemy, chased them back to their base, won the skirmish, and then, with a completely unguarded base right in front of me, I ran away. I can really tell this is going to be a long and brutal playthrough. Eventually, I managed to break into their second base, mainly because of these healers. I can't lie, they seem pretty OP. With their first base reduced to ashes, it wasn't long before I claimed my first win in Battle on Craft 2. I guess I won? It was a tough, drawn out battle that lasted 10 whole minutes. I really need to rethink my strategy moving forward, but that's a problem for another day. After struggling against bots yesterday, I spent the next morning grinding, trying to improve the parts of my game that don't involve panicking and running away. In the evening, I returned to the construction site, where I ran into this absolute lunatic. What are you doing here? Oh, meet Phileas at the construction site. We already did this in the first 100 days, but new achievements were added after I finished my playthrough, so this is a new achievement. Anyway, turns out Phileas works here, because he needs money. Honestly, I'm shocked. It was once again tournament day, and I was up against this guy. We are facing L1 WKA. Honestly, I don't know if the game was bugged, but I'll chase down the enemy, win the fight, and when it was time to capitalize, I would run away every single time. Weak mentals, we don't run, we fight, we stun and bang. And the worst part is, because bases can be repaired, it just spiraled into an endless loop of insanity. Look how close I was to destroying their main base. I could easily win these fights, but no, like a true beta, I kept retreating. Like semi-modes are actually broken, this is not working. They just run off. Like, every time they fight, they just run off. After 20 minutes of this nonsense, I finally gave up, restarted the whole thing, and came up with a new strategy. Forget resource gathering, I'm going to spam farms. Why, may you ask? Because I always have excess gold, and economy is a scam. Having more troops seems broken anyway. And you know what? Easy win. Kind of. W's in a char. Mentally broken and emotionally defeated, I stumbled into Bailey's game store, bought a $7 book of cheat codes, and reset all my skill and talent points. I also got an achievement for my troubles. This time, I went back to my roots. I'm going to be a micro-controlled demon. For the talent tree, I maxed out my damage for an additional 10%, added bleed and poison debuffs, increased my damage to buildings, and boosted my hero's HP and damage. It wasn't long until I was back in the lab, working on my newfound love for microcontrol. Oh, and I'm also fully aware that this pink-haired demon is lurking around, but she's a hustler, and I'm not ready for that smoke just yet, is what I was thinking before she pulled me aside. Hey, are you Phileas? She wanted to face Phileas in a 1v1, because she heard he's the best player in his hole. But who actually cares? Like a crazy stalker, I asked about Dante again, but she wasn't talking, unless I made a bet and beat her. But I like having cash, so I declined for now. The next few days were spent doing what I do best, shoveling dirt, mopping floors, and refining my skills like a sweaty esports prodigy. Until finally, the next Battlecraft 2 tournament match arrived. We're facing I. My new spam farm strategy, combined with microcontrol mastery, led to my first quick, decisive win. Finally, I was starting to make actual progress. Feeling hyped, I challenged Miss Pinkhair to a $10 match. I don't know what else to tell you other than your boy was cooking. I had an army, and she could not compete. Let's go. Easy dubs. We beat her finally. Achievement unlocked. Win a one-on-one duel. Now tell me everything you know about Dante. She didn't have one informative thing to say, just a bunch of propaganda about how he's never lost a game, or how he plays flawlessly. Anyway, it may have taken 7 long months, but I finally got my revenge. Sweet, sweet revenge. Anyway, back to the daily grind of trucking dirt, working on my decision-making skills, and sleeping alone, because I have no friends. So I made some. I feel like I fit right in here. We all look like we don't touch grass, and we all look like we have no friends. Well, we're gamers. We are gamers. Yes, I've officially reached the point where I'm pretending people are my friends. It's going great, thanks for asking. But don't worry about that, because it's tournament day, and this one was big. I was facing Phileas in a final. If I wanted info on Dante, I needed to win. Oh, my stats are just barely better than his. I waited, I slaughtered, I built a farm, and then I got caught with bad timing. My TP was on cooldown, my base was under attack, and I ended up losing a couple of farms, drastically lowering my army size and my chance of winning. But I kept fighting. I set up a second base, built new farms, and went on the offensive. My heroes may have fallen, but I won the fight, and then I ran away again. No, destroy their base. What are you doing? Why didn't you destroy their base? You're literally, they had no defenses. You don't understand how painful this is. It's like camping outside for a product launch, doors open, and then you just walk off. It literally doesn't make any sense. Anyway, my army decided to pivot to another base. Come on. Yes, nice. Soon after, I caught the enemy off guard mid-map, chased them back to their base, and this time, I actually finished the job. Let's go. Beat Phileas in hardcore mode. Let's go. Fresh off the win, I asked Phileas about Dante. Apparently, he's the son of a PC club owner, and a bit of a spoilt brat. But hey, you can be the judge. I'm definitely not salty or anything. Must be nice, because I'm going to PC clubs, full of sweaty unhygienic gamers, just so I can get abused and play video games. Anyway, Phileas handed me the address to the PC club, told me to become a pick-me and stand out, and we said our goodbyes. So long, and good luck. I returned home, buzzing from my progress, only to be hit with the worst news possible. I'm being kicked out. Cheers, lady. Thank you so much. Apparently, she wants to redecorate, but there's nothing wrong with this place. It's a gamer's paradise. But I live here. Can't this wait? Time is money. Don't worry. I'll give you a few days to find a new apartment. I'm not a monster. I don't want to put a nice young man like yourself out on the streets. But you should understand that if you don't find a place in time, you're going to need a cardboard box. Cheers. Thank you. I woke up, paid my bills, and instantly got kicked out. Why do I keep getting scammed? With my bags packed. Look, I've got my backpack with me. I didn't even notice that before. I crossed over the bridge to start a new life. I had apparently secured a new place for just $20 a week, which is insane considering how much nicer this apartment is. At least here I can see what I'm paying for. Do you have any questions? Could you tell me where I can find a part-time job around here? I'll see what I can come up with. My next goal was to find Dante, but it's been a long hard day of relocating. So naturally, I went to sleep. After a 22-hour slumber, I had awakened. We're nearly at endgame. I headed to the PC club on foot, because I'm broke. I think this is my favourite PC club. I just love the radioactive vibes. No one asks, mate. I then introduced myself to the admin. He was just as weirdly enthusiastic as always. Welcome to the shelter. Hold on, let me guess why you're here. You're looking for a world-class game master to run an unforgettable D&D campaign for you. Not quite. I then asked about Dante. Dante has been very busy lately, because of the contest. What contest? You don't know? Dante is offering a personal computer to anyone who beats him. To face Dante, I would first need to defeat his 3 loyal dogs. Sounds like a lot of effort, but I signed up because I am a gamer, and more importantly, I want a free PC. Anyway, before I left, I also asked about part-time jobs. Unfortunately, it is not in my power to give quests to adventurers, but I know a place where they could use someone like you. There you'll find what you're looking for. This guy really needs to touch some grass. He hooked me up with a job at the supermarket, where I stacked shelves for $5 an hour. I did a 10-hour shift, earned $50, and left with a mild mental disorder. 70 stress. Not worth it. I need to go pro ASAP, because I don't know how much longer I can survive this life. Back home, my landlady found me a few more side gigs. What a legend. I sat by the window, enjoyed the view with a nice hot cup of tea, and went to sleep. I woke up and left the house to see what jobs our lovely landlady got us. So for laundry, you get $5.06 stress per hour. Not bad. For the supermarket, you get $5.07 stress per hour. Wait, I think I remember. Oh, from the laundry, you can only work from 6 to 2. Okay. And for this one, it's 12 to 4, 8 to... and 8 to... 8 to midnight? Is that midnight? 2400 is the new 1200. Haven't you heard? Anyway, what cafe pays $8 an hour, and it's the best paying job. And just like the construction site, it's only open on certain days and hours. I spent the rest of the day de-stressing and PvPing noobs, and the next day working, doing laundry, drinking coffee, and delivering takeaway food. I woke up on Friday sick. It's alright, it's not like I have anything important happening today. I did what I could to reduce my stress, before being kidnapped to the Shadow Realm. TrickyyDF, time for your heated battle with the first guard. Let the keyboards be wet with sweat and blood. I'm kidding. Please keep the club equipment clean, to save you the trouble of scrubbing it. No worries, I got you, my guy. My first opponent? Phantom. I've got more micro-control, slightly better economy, and slightly better defense. I started in the bottom left corner, waited for my army to build up, and stuck with the same strategy of spamming farms. I secured a second base early on, and dealt some serious damage on offense. But in classic fashion, I ran away just before the kill, and when you run, you get punished, and I ended up losing a couple of farms. But that didn't matter. I regrouped, finished off the top left base, and wrapped up my first victory shortly after. Easy win. Following my victory, Dante wanted to speak to me. He had nothing productive to say, just the usual arrogant and rude nonsense. Following my victory, I had leveled up. For upgrades, I reinforced my microcontrol skill, and increased my hero's HP and damage to 8%. The rest of the night was spent delivering food, because even in victory, the grind never stops. The next few days were eventful. I chilled, cleaned some crusty underwear, signed up for a D&D session with my favourite nerd, and worked on my actions per minute. Somewhere in there, I also beat Dante's second lapdog, Cobalt, in Battle and Craft 2. And in D&D, I roleplayed as a drunk slug, who urinates on people with beer. Did I ruin the experience for everyone? Yes. Are you seriously letting him do this? Was it fun? Absolutely. To counterbalance my chaotic sociopath behaviour, I adopted an abandoned cat. Just look how cute he is. Back home, I named the cat. Out of everything I could have chose, I settled on a Battle and Craft 2 reference. Let him be me Waddin. Now I just have to tell the landlady. Hello, was there something you wanted to talk about? Hello, yes, I don't know how to tell you this. I just have one furry question. What a cute kitty. Oh no, please don't tell me this cat is yours. She was mad, because how could I not have the bare essentials for a cat? Luckily, she has 3 cats, and can give me everything I need. And for an extra $10 a week, she'll do the weekly shop for my cat. What a legend. I hope you have a happy and comfortable life here, Moradin. Just as I was getting my PJs on, and settling in for the night, my neighbour showed up. Oh my god, is anything else going to happen today? Hi, I hate to trouble you, but I have no one else to ask. This bum is an ex-model who lost his job. He's hit rock bottom and now he's on his redemption arc. Conveniently, to do that, he needs $2 to buy a newspaper and look for work. I handed over the money and shooed him away before he asked for more. What a long day. I woke up, petted my cat for the first time, and instantly forgot his name. You're so cute, Moradin. Wait, did you just change his name? Well done, Helmet. I increased my microcontrol skills again, and unlocked a final perk in the tree, Rage. It makes me very angry, increasing my attack speed by 8%. Game changing stuff. Anyway, I kept training, stacking shelves, and beating Dante's minions. Well, you made it, and proved yourself a good player. I really hope you put more effort into our Dorden against those weaklings. Still can't believe I'm out here delivering food while he lives the pampered life of a spoilt rich kid. After beating Asazo yesterday, I had leveled up. I increased my mechanical skills to 13 and maxed out my hero's HP and damage to 10%. It's Saturday, the day before my finale showdown against Dante, which means it's time to cram in a light 10-hour training session for $50. And here's the split, if anyone actually cares. It's tournament day, which means I have to pet the cat for good luck. Today I was facing Dante. The last couple months have built up to this moment. The PC club was packed, buzzing with anticipation, and I just hoped I wouldn't choke like C9. Rocking an anime style profile picture, it was fitting that Dante's highest skill was economy, considering he's a pampered spoilt brat. Anyway, I decided to try manual mode for the first time, which comes with a whole new set of controls. Dante was already yapping. You're lucky to experience a duel with me, not many get the honour. And I was already struggling. I got attacked straight away. It took me forever to gather my troops and teleport back to my base to defend it. Luckily, I made it in time. If you didn't know, besides tactical knowledge, microcontrols, and resource management, MOBA style games demand speed, decisiveness, and high APM. Considering I'm moving like a 70-year-old grandpa, I might be cooked. Still, I managed to stumble my way to Dante's base. I stood my ground and fought, mostly because my reaction time is too slow to run. Surprisingly, I won the fight. My troops stayed like sacrificial lambs, doing damage until they were wiped out. And then I lost. I was out of money, couldn't afford troops, and under attack. For attempt 2, I made sure to keep myself active, killing mobs for gold, building farms, and quickly establishing a second base. I baited the enemy with a single unit, and pounced hard, which left Dante's base wide open. Let's go. And once you knock down one base, the second follows quickly after. Let's go. Double achievement, beat Dante in hardcore mode. Defeat your enemy using manual mode in Battlecraft 2. I tried to wipe the smoke off his arrogant face, but it was actually nice. A triumphant finale. What, you lost? Are you sure about that? Think about it. The audience witnessed an incredible show, while my PC club got free advertising and a lot of new visitors. As for you, you won a sweet victory, and are now famous for being the best player in Bridgetown. Sorry, Rafe, but at least I'm getting a free PC, so that's a huge win for me. I also got a recommendation letter for the Pro Gamers PC Club. Yay, more free labour. But this time, it actually meant something, because the best players from across the country were coming to compete. There was one major issue though. Unfortunately for you, registration is closed. But don't worry, Dante had a plan. You'll take my place. Are you serious? You're going to let me take your place in such a prestigious tournament? It's reasonable. You play better than me, so you have a better chance of winning. But the best part? The man hosting the tournament is recruiting for a professional esports team. After 72 days, I finally had a real shot at chasing my dreams. Anyway, the computers were booked free of charge for the rest of the night. I wanted to spend it training, but then I received this. An invitation for a game from CT. Could it be the same player from the tape? The Reaper. Now if you watch the first 100 days, you remember CT absolutely dog walking me. I couldn't even land a shot. With Battle and Craft, it's harder to see the skill gap, but one thing's for sure, my army sure seemed scared. Despite that, I was holding my own. I even took the lead. I didn't manage to finish off the first base, but I was dominating, putting his second base on the brink of destruction. I'm so close to winning this. Oh my god, I'm destroying his base. Oh wait, no. This is where they get me. But as always, it's the hope that kills you. My base got raided and finished off in one quick swoop. After that, I stood no chance. I can't believe I actually thought I was going to win. Defeated and frustrated, I was forced to go to the Pro Gamers PC Club. There I met the admin girl. She wasn't very helpful, just weirdly flirty. The qualifiers are over. Sorry, can't help you, handsome. Like an anxiety-filled introvert gamer, I ran away and spoke to Gabriel. Hello, I'm here about the tournament. I heard you're taking the best players, and it's a worthy endeavour, but alas, you're much too late. After some back and forth, and letting him know I beat Dante and was taking his place, I got accepted. I signed up, got hit on again, got it cutie, and ran away again. The tournament starts in 3 days, and I can use this PC club to sharpen my elite gaming skills, for a price of course. What a long day. It was back to reality for me, waking up at 5 AM to pay my bills and question my life choices. I've literally just finished beating Dante, and I've got a tournament in 2 days. How can I prepare? I am cooked. You can start by using your level upgrades. I boosted my micro skills to 14 and increased my damage to buildings to 8%. The quicker I destroy stuff, the quicker I can win. After that, I headed to the PC store for the first time. It's filled with ancient computers, old CRTs, and retro posters. The fact I've seen half of these things in real life makes me feel incredibly old. Anyway, I spoke to Specs and traded in my tournament certificate for a beginner PC. He tried selling me some PC upgrades, but I'm not falling for that scam again. Okay, my strategy this time is not to upgrade a PC because that's a massive scam. It doesn't become effective in training until after you unlock online play. So I'm not going to upgrade my PC, I'm just going to keep stacking the money and I'm going to keep training as normal. Nothing like min-maxing a random indie game. Anyway, here's what my apartment looks like now. Slowly becoming the ultimate bachelor's pad. I ended the night soaking in the festive atmosphere. Alone of course, but still, the vibes were immaculate. On day 174, I decided to take advantage of the Pro Gamers PC Club and brought myself some PC time. It was $35 for 7 hours, which is pretty standard. My grind also paid off, as I hit level 50 in microcontrol. To wrap up the day, I delivered more food and may or may not have crashed my motorbike. I think I'm insured. Tournament day. My first true step to becoming an esports pro. I started strong with a quick pet of the cat for good luck, who then immediately scratched my face. Cheers, mate. The first duel takes place here. Make sure not to embarrass Dante. Cheers. I was like feeling loads of pressure, you know. This is a big step for me. I didn't get to train at all, really, because I have to make money, because you guys don't pay me. Anyway, enough of being a victim. I was facing Goldie, and his stats looked pretty mid. I went back to semi-auto mode, because manual mode requires too much thinking, effort, and responsibility. As usual, I stood around watching my army slowly crawl out of the town hall. Once I had enough, I started farming monsters for extra gold and rare artifacts. I built some farms, ran away from any fights that even looked slightly threatening, and raided some golem looking things to set up my second base. Then my main base got attacked. I couldn't take this level of disrespect, so I marched right over to Goldie's base and got absolutely rolled. Don't run away here, don't run away here, you've got this. Oh, you have not got this. You have not got this. Run. I built a workshop to keep the gold flowing and then went back on the offensive. And this time, I dominated. Oh my god, he's enraged. He's doing so much damage. Oh, this is my new rage ability, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it, but you know. It destroys, and I won. I'm so good at gaming, my opponent didn't even have enough time to build a second base. Anyway, I got hit on by the admin girl again. Looks like you're here for a reason, pretty face. See that? No one likes a loser. Gabriel congratulated me on a win, but then hit me with the worst news possible. The Reaper, the guy who absolutely destroyed me the other night, is also in the tournament. So yeah, guess I'm not winning this one. With impending doom incoming, I maxed out my microcontrol and kept increasing my damage to buildings. If I'm going out swinging. Back home, my neighbour was once again knocking. Hi, it's me again. You won't believe it, I found a job. I'm so proud of you. Now leave my house. There's one problem though. I need to give them a call, but my line was disconnected from missed payments. There's always something. For the low price of $2, I fixed his problem and went back to bed. Now that we had picked up our first win in Fake Games tournament, let's speed things up. It's our second act in the city and things are going to get repetitive. I made sure to keep stacking out money delivering food. And whenever I had time, I trained my stats. Next up was Ryzen 0, a money hungry goblin. The rest of his stats were mid, so the match ended up being a free win. And yes, the admin girl hit on me again. And yes, I responded in my usual awkward NPC fashion. While checking out the contestant table, I got approached by some dude who looked like he was sponsored by Adidas, minus the 3 stripes. And like most people I meet in the city, he was a complete jerk. Hi, are you in a tournament? Unfortunately, yes. What do you want? Meet Kato. You'll be seeing a lot of him in the future. Anyway, now that my microcontrol stat is maxed, I started investing in strategy. My IQ is about to level up. I also continue to improve my building smashing skills. After a decent night's sleep, I headed straight to the PC club to feed my crippling gaming addiction. She was yapping about Chinese restaurants, dropping hints. They say their food is delicious. That flew right over my head. You don't get hints, do you? Oh, that was a hint? Oh my god, guy. You need to get out there in the world. Jesus, would you like to go out with me? Sure, I can squeeze some time in. How about the restaurant tomorrow at 10 PM? With my first date secured, I trained like a lunatic for the rest of the day. I've waited 20 years for this moment. I paid my rent, put on my best outfit, and showed up to the date 17 hours early. The date started terribly. So you asked me out on the date, and the first question you asked me is about the club you work at. Anyway, after a very awkward chat, I fumbled the bag. You're such a cute couple. We're not a couple, we're just talking. She was pissed, and yet somehow we ended up back at her place. I stood there nervously and then received my first ever kiss. And just like that, I'm back home again. What a great day. With a pep in my step, I was actually excited about today's tournament match. I even listened to most of Gabriel's speech. Our tournament will soon reach its climax. We're hosting 2 games at once now, and the finals will take place in a few days. But before that, I'd like to say a few words. I think we all feel like we're standing at the edge of something bigger, and I'm honoured to stand here beside you. I feel like a new man. Anyway, the B-Tech Roadman also wanted to chime in. I hope you've improved since our last game. Not really. No. If you couldn't tell, this is CT, aka the Reaper, aka the guy who smoked me the other night. Anyway, it's time to lock in. It was the semi-finals and I was up against Chim Chim, a well-rounded mid-tier player. It was so easy, I beat him in under 2 minutes. Absolute skill death. For the first time, I didn't get hit on. Congratulations, you are so close to victory. She spent 1 night with me and I'm already getting ghosted. But that doesn't matter because the finals are coming up and there's no way I can win. To distract myself from this overwhelming anxiety, I increased my brain power and maxed out the Destroyer perk. Now I do an extra 20% damage to buildings. I'm still going to get smoked though, so I went back to crying myself to sleep. I spent the next few days training hard and doing laundry because I was absolutely shit in it. The final match was against Kato, aka CT, aka the Reaper, aka the GOAT. He truly is a strong player, but you know, I'm always rooting for you. I'm back in. I'm back. I'm glad to hear it. We are so back. Anyway, Kato's stats were so high, I couldn't even measure his power level. Question mark, question mark, question mark. But hey, it's been a couple of weeks since we last played. I've trained hard and gained more experience. Surely I'll do better. I didn't even last 5 minutes. I had lost, again. At this point, I'm officially on fraud watch. But the worst part, Kato kept blatantly lying to my face. It was a great game, the best in the entire tournament. I wish I could do better. You are better. The TrickyyDF I played back in the shelter was nothing compared to you now. I actually think I played better at the shelter against you. There was one silver lining though. Kato's apparently some rich kid who didn't even need the prize. So now I'm the proud owner of an internet modem. Huge win for poverty. What's this? This is an internet modem. Have you been living in a cave? Come on bro. Lock in. You literally spend 99% of your time playing video games. Anyway, I've got one last shot. There's an online tournament starting in 4 days, and it's my last chance to impress this unit and earn a spot on the esports team. I'm looking for the best players, and you're one of them. And yes, you heard that right. If I win, I can become a pro. Because Gabriel still hasn't decided who to pick up for the team yet, I exchanged numbers with Gabriel, grabbed the modem, picked up an achievement, and headed straight home to lock in. I can't believe anyone can play so good. I should stop thinking about it. I can practice at home after my modem is installed tomorrow. I'll be ready this time. I just need to get some sleep. I woke up to find my internet modem already installed. Naturally, I immediately started acting like the biggest boomer ever. Can I really play with people from all over the world thanks to this little box? With the power of modern technology, I officially signed up for the tournament. It's amazing. I no longer have to go outside. We have officially reached peak gaming. Anyway, I've got a bunch of randoms to beat, and an online tournament starts in 3 days. Then my phone rang. I didn't even know I had one. It was the seller from the PC store. Apparently, the top of the line PC parts are finally in stock. Now that I'm competing from home, the more RAM I download, the better my chances. And maybe, just maybe, my pay to win arc is finally making a comeback. Anyway, before heading out, my mother stopped by. My mum visited me. Let's go. I've only been here for like a month or two, but cheers mum. A quick power walk later, I arrived at the PC store. The clerk introduced himself as Ken, and he's a super chatty guy. But I've yet to figure out how to use the internet. Mate, how old are you? How do you not know how to use the internet, mate? All you do is play video games. This is your life. How do you not know? To use the modem, I needed to buy internet traffic from Ken. An hour of internet costs $3. It only consumes when you play multiplayer, so tournament games are free. I bought 8 hours of internet time, along with a new PC case for $45, and snagged an LCD monitor for $40, increasing my PC power to 144. I sprinted home like a kid on Christmas, booted up Battlecraft 2, and gamed for 4 hours straight, gaining an insane amount of XP. My power leveling arc has officially begun. After spending way more money than I should have, I was back to folding laundry and dealing with the modern flaws of technology. And just like that, it was tournament day. Hello Muradin. This time, there was no travelling, no rushing to venues, just me, my chair, and my outdated gaming setup. Anyway, today's opponent, Vudet. I farmed some wolves, farmed some of these gremlins, and built out my farms. I even had time to talk about my favourite troop. My favourite troops are these healers, you know, they just heal you. They just keep my units alive. Look at them, the unsung heroes, the backbone of greatness, the true MVPs. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like when you kill monsters, you get like artifacts. And these are like some of the ones you pick up during it. So yeah, they all give like bonuses, buffs. I don't know. Anyway, with the first base out of the way, it wasn't too long before I finished off the second and secured the win. My first online victory. Only 5 more to go. I celebrated like any self-respecting champion would, by delivering Chinese food. On my way home, I bumped into my financially parasitic neighbour. Let me guess, you need $2. He got a call from the modelling agency and needed bus fare to attend the final interview. I told him walking is free, but apparently that would make him too sweaty. I handed over the $2 and let's just say he was grateful. You believed in me, you saw the spark in me, and lent me a hand. I won't forget it. Alright, well, just don't touch me when I go to sleep, please. The next morning, I headed straight to the PC store to stock up on more internet time, but Ken needed help with something. Hi, I have a small request for you. What's the request? You look weird enough to not judge me. Yes, mate, thank you. Good old boost to the self-confidence. Look, I ordered a videotape from a movie rental, but I can't leave because I'm expecting a hardware delivery. What videotape? There's a local legend about a VHS, and you know what? I was able to get that very tape. The footage shows the horrible woman with dark, long hair covering her face. Creepy, right? Supposedly, the person watching the tape will die. Then comes a phone call, and a scary voice confirms your worst fears. But let's get to the point. I want you to pick up the tape and bring it to me. The movie rental is in a laundry building across the river. While I was here, I bought another 8 hours of internet traffic, and I picked up a new graphics card for $60. That bumped my PC power up to 184. I then swung by the laundromat to grab the mysterious VHS tape. I tried dropping it off to Ken, but the store was closed. I guess I'm stuck with it for the night. If you remember last time, I was scared I didn't play the tape, but today, I've got my big boy pants on. What if Ken was right? Oh, the phone's ringing. Answer the phone. Don't be scared. Hi, who is this? You know who this is. Who are you? What, it's me, just a little sick, and my throat is scratchy. I quickly hung up the phone, wasting my time, and headed back to the couch to finish the tape. Oh my god. Bro's watching hentai! Bro is watching hentai! We also got an achievement. Oh my god. It took me 7 months to find out what's on that tape, and now I'm scarred for life. I sprinted back to the PC store, handed over this abomination, and called Ken out for his sick behaviour. Actually, it was a bunch of cute animated girls. I thought it was an anime, but then things took a turn. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I mislabeled it, but it actually was hentai. Okay, promise to wipe that from your memory. I'll make it worth your while. You sick fuck. For my silence, he paid me $20. Is that it? Oh, I also leveled up though. Let's improve our strategy and let's max out this tree. Let's just increase our crit chance. I spent the rest of the night browsing certain categories on certain websites, which of course led to a virus. What a life-changing day. Anyway, back to the grind of food delivery, sleep deprivation, and an online tournament that could make or break my career. Oh look, antivirus software. Antivirus, hopefully I won't need it. With how you spend your free time, you might just need it, mate. This guy could have done with some protection, because I absolutely destroyed him. Oh, I won straight away, I didn't even let him get a second base. After that, I put a skill point into economy and bumped my critical chance to 9%. The next morning, I headed to the PC store to pick up some more internet traffic. While I was there, I noticed Kato lurking by the counter, deep in conversation with Ken. They were talking about Imagine Hack, and once again, my guy was completely oblivious to anything other than inputting keys on a game. Although Ken's definition was extremely sus. TrickyyDF, it's like a massive pajama party for people obsessed with virtual battles. Of course you'd use the term pajama party, wouldn't you? Kato didn't want me there, but I didn't care. And now I have a pajama party booked for tomorrow morning. Can't wait. I spent $24 on 8 hours of internet traffic, then dropped another $65 on a new keyboard and mouse, maxing out my PC power to 212. I put this beast straight to work, gaining an insane amount of XP, and leveling up my microcontrol past 70. Anyway, Imagine Hack time. Wait, before we even get into this, I've upgraded my PC, okay? What is this peasantry, okay? I do not own this peasant PC anymore. I've got a max custom built HDMI 4K 60 FPS 30 Hz gaming setup, okay? Respect my name, please. Still, I had a great time competing with my new BFF. I even got to see Dante's smug face on the opposing team. After some solid matches, I leveled up, improved my strategy, and increased my crit chance to 12%. Before heading home, I topped up my internet traffic again, and spent the rest of the night PvPing, because why rest when you can grind? I may have forgotten money for rent. Minus $17. My bad. Anyway, it's tournament day. I petted my cat for good luck, switched on a PC, and prepared for battle. My opponent? Wabble. After checking his stats, I only had one thing to say. Mate, this is going to be an absolute skill diff of the highest level. A skill diff it was. I caught him off guard, chased him back to his base, and then torched it down. Easy win. I'm just OP at this point, like no one can stop me. Sure, buddy. After celebrating for a bit, Gabriel called. He started by congratulating me on making a global leaderboard, and then followed up with some casual chit chat, which, for some reason, triggered me into blatantly lying to his face. I've been thinking a lot about our duels, contemplating and analysing his gaming style. I'm gradually coming up with a game plan for him. Brother, I have not seen you work once on a game plan. All you do is deliver food, game, and be a degen. That's all you do. No thinking, no tactics, just attack and pure vibes. Anyway, before hanging up the phone, Gabriel gave me a few words of motivation. A flexible mind and tenacity are an overpowered combination to TrickyyDF. But me, being an ultimate Debbie Downer, was still doubting myself. It's nice he has faith in me, but can I climb the leaderboard and beat Kato? Listen, stop this weak mental, okay? You're a strong kid, okay? You can win this, okay? You're built different. Now let's go and deliver some food. Hey, I need to make money somehow. Back home, I found a letter waiting for me. Thank you for believing in me. You turned my life around. I'm a model again and I'm happy I won't forget it. $40, let's go. I was so broke and he sent me money back. Let's go. After a good night's sleep, I increased my economy stat to 3 and maxed out my critical chance to 15%. Okay, let's go. The next few days flew by with work, training, finding my happy place, and competing in online tournaments. I was facing someone with a weird name, but apart from money, he had nothing on me skill-wise. Anyway, he was a ginger fellow who looked like a Scottish friend of mine, but that's as far as comparisons go. This guy got rolled within 2 minutes. I was officially in the top 3, and I felt unstoppable. On day 198, I bumped into Rafe at the PC store, and yes, she asked about Dante, and yes, I told her the disappointing news. Even in defeat, he acted like a winner. Anyway, Rafe wanted to host a retro gaming tournament, and since I had absolutely nothing better to do with my life, I decided to help her organise it. Do you want me to talk to Dante? He might be interested. That would be great. First stop, the Shelter PC Club to ask Dante. I pitched him the plan and he agreed to join, but only if his club could host it. He might be a spoilt brat, but at least he knows how to make money. Next, I crossed over the bridge to find Phileas, who hasn't changed a bit. Hey, you're a celebrity now. Anyway, he agreed instantly, because clearly, I have aura. The retro tournament was officially on, and Rafe stepped up to give an inspiring speech. Thanks a lot for coming, everyone. Classic games are the foundation of our passion. We shouldn't forget them. That's why we're running this tournament, to remind you of their history. May the best player win. It had been a while since I've seen this screen, but I locked in Roman, mainly because they have guns. We want extra troops. New barracks, new barracks. For some reason, Rafe was shocked I could kill her troops, even though they were just charging at me in a straight line. I did manage to set the base on fire, which was lucky, because this game mode is BS. I hate this game. Nostalgic aside, I hate this game. It's look, it's shooting me across the map. Like, this is not fair. Look, I destroyed them. I get close, right? I get close. Like, I'm about to lose a soldier because of that infinite ammo thing. Luckily, the flames carried me to a win. Was it ever in doubt? Rafe thanked me for helping, and then gave me an unsolicited hug. I received $25 for my services, unlocked an achievement, and leveled up twice. I improved my strategy, maxed out my poison chance, and completed the microcontrol tree, earning me another achievement. The rest of the day was spent training, because I have a tournament match tomorrow. It's day 200, we finally made it, but don't worry, we still have a lot left to do if we're going to 100% this game. Anyway, today was the semi-final, and I was playing against Mimo Konsavar. Honestly, I love to show you a close battle, a cinematic clash of titans, but my army just ran past the fodder bases, straight to the main base, and won in under 2 minutes. It's actually too easy. My next opponent was Kato, but apparently, I was feeling confident. Just like that, we're in the finals. And honestly, I can see the stats difference and we are OP. We are so OP. Anyway, Gabriel called to congratulate me on catching up to Kato, but the real reason for his call? He wanted to host a final at his club. Or in other words, he wanted to use and abuse me for his own financial gain. I said yes, because I am a stone cold killer who won't choke under pressure. Hopefully. With my final match coming up, I spent the next few days making final preparations, working my last shift in this hellhole, and training my stats to an insane level. By day 203, tournament day, I was ready to get my revenge. The club was packed, and Gabriel needed to talk to me. Yes, I've already told Kato, and now I'm telling you. I can't choose either of you. You're both equal to me, and I wish I could watch you a little longer, but I run out of time, and I have to make the decision today. Today's winner will join a professional esports team. And on that note, I'm going to talk to my friends. You came all the way down to Bridgetown. It must cost you a fortune. After catching up with everyone, except from her, we don't talk about her, I headed to the computer to lock in. I have a feeling bro's about to get skill diff. I started aggressive, going for the main base early, but couldn't finish it off, which meant wasted damage, because bases can heal. Then I got hit hard. My TP was on cooldown, my base was under attack, and when it finally came back up, I just didn't use it. I lost 2 bases early and fell into a massive disadvantage. It's what I was going to say, if I wasn't so goddamn good at video games. Okay. Let's go. No, go for the little bases. Actually, don't listen. Yeah. Oh my god. Destroyed. Okay, he's got one more base. Okay, we're back even. With the first base destroyed, I rallied my army and pushed for the win. Let's go! I am victorious! I had finally beaten Kato, claimed the #1 spot, and I had the achievement to prove it. That's it. Your life as an amateur is over, and a new life awaits. That of a pro gamer. You're at the end of the story. Yeah, it's the beginning. Does that make sense? But this isn't the end. I still need to beat Kato in realism mode and wrap up a few more achievements. For one of them, I just needed to turn on this lava lamp. I can't believe it's taken this long. For game over, I needed to miss the first tournament by not signing up. It took an extra 9 days, but again, easy. Now for the final achievement, Pro. You might be asking, do I need to replay the whole game on realism mode? Thankfully, no. You can change difficulty and replay the tournament finale. And what better way to 100% this game than going back to my roots? Let's go with manual mode. Okay, let's remember, you plant, you throw grenades. If anyone is the cover between you and the enemy, the chance of you being hit is reduced. To reload your weapon, press the reload button. To crouch, press the crouch button. Crouching increases your shooting accuracy and spends mobility points. I don't think I ever crouched in the first 100 days. I did not even know that was a mechanic. I dropped $800 on armor, hid behind a box, and held a pre-fire. I must have been rusty because I missed the first few shots and then continued missing a lot more. A minute in, and I've already come to a realization. I'm washed. He planted right in front of me while I was busy using my feet to aim. And to make things worse, he then threw a flashbang at me, reducing my accuracy even more. So I did the only logical thing. I defused the bomb right in front of him. Unlucky. Unlucky. For round 2, I peeked, whiffed every shot like it was my job, and got rolled. On round 3, I brought an M4, some armor, and a grenade. I was a walking punisher. After dealing a ton of damage, I finally finished him off up close and personal. I took the rest of the rounds and a half, switching sides with a clean 5-1 lead. For attack, I ran my classic strat, plant a bomb, crouch in a corner, and write it out. By the time he arrived, it was officially too late. One more round, and I win the game. I decided to play bonus, and instantly regretted it, as Kato was using an SSG. Still, I didn't back down. I played aggressive, closed the distance, and somehow clutched around and won the match. Oh, there's no way you lost that. You suck. My final achievement. It took me around 220 days to 100% this game, and now I can finally leave the house. Thanks for watching, and huge shout out to the channel members for supporting the grind. Bye!